So, Tim, what does Matthew Stafford give the Rams that Jared Goff didn't to make them pull off a trade like this?
Well, you have a more talented quarterback physically. You have a guy that really can make every throw and make throws that the majority of guys in the National Football League that are playing quarterback cannot make. Matthew Stafford still has the ability to do that, at 33 years old. So I think it's a huge upgrade at the position, and I think that when you look at the Rams, it pairs with what many believe is a championship caliber defense. So, yeah, I think it's an upgrade clearly at the position, which is why you saw what they gave up.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that. That price tag, that's pretty hefty.
It's really hefty. I mean, look, my mind immediately went to, well, how in the world is Deshaun Watson going to get traded? Because he's a lot younger. I mean, that's exactly where my head went. So it's a lot. I mean, you're talking about, the guy who was the #1 overall pick is basically a throw-in, to a deal where there's multiple first-round, draft picks, going to Detroit Lions. Look, I think the Rams have probably made the assessment that they're close because of what they have on defense. And they probably believe in some of the young players that they've drafted on the offensive side of the ball. And so to bring in a veteran like Matthew Stafford to kind of make a run at it, I think is probably, what they were looking at.
All right, so now let's talk about Goff. Okay, he had the thumb injury late in the season, sort of derailed the Rams' playoff chances this year. Just a few years ago, he had them in the Super Bowl. So where is he right now?
Yeah, look, I think he's still a starting quarterback caliber player in the National Football League, but I think he's one of these players that, things probably have to be really good around him to enjoy the type of success that he did in that Super Bowl run. I think it was kind of a poorly kept secret that Sean McVay wasn't necessarily in love with Jared Goff as his quarterback. And so, there was kind of always been rumors about, other quarterbacks that he would prefer over Jared Goff. And some of the names I think would surprise people when, that stuff would come up. So, yeah, I think for Jared Goff, he's in a tricky situation now because he's leaving probably a less stable situation with better support, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and going into what is a rebuild in Detroit to a team who knows if they really even like him that much, if they just wanted the picks and they're just willing to absorb his contract. So I think it's a tough road ahead for Jared Goff, and he's going to have to do it with kind of a lesser supporting cast.
All right. We'll see how that works out in Detroit, but the Rams think they've got their man. Tim, we appreciate the time and the information. The odds makers are always watching and always adjusting. Now, after this trade, Los Angeles went from plus 1,800 to plus 1,500 to make the next Pro Football Championship game. But then they thought about it, and the line moved again. 20 minutes later, it's now at plus 1,300.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.